Greetings, friends, and welcome to Sherwood Chamber of Commerce 2020 Candidate Forum. My name is Brian Fairbanks, and I am a member of the Sherwood Chamber of Commerce. Today, we are visiting with Councilor Renee Brouse, who is running for re-election to the Sherwood City Council. Hello, Renee. How are you?
Hi, Brian. I'm doing well. How are you today?
I'm doing great. It's a pleasure to have you here. Please go ahead and take 30 seconds to share with our voters a bit about yourself and why you're running.
Well, my family and I moved to Sherwood back in December of 2006. I ran for my first open seat on council back in 2015. And so I've served twice in partial roles. I'm running for re-election this time because, quite frankly, I feel like I still have something to contribute to council and to the community. We have a lot of critical issues that we are facing, and I believe I have the skill set that will help us move forward.
Thank you. So, Renee, in your opinion, what is the right pace of residential and business growth in Sherwood? And how do we manage the growth in a way that maintains the small town feel that many Sherwood residents enjoy?
So it's interesting because I don't know that there's necessarily a right pace. I can say that Sherwood has definitely outpaced itself in residential growth compared to business growth. I can also share that council has made business growth and specifically light industrial and commercial a priority, economic development a priority. My personal belief is that we need to diversify our tax base by offering opportunities for more businesses here in Sherwood. So that will help the residents, ease some of the burden for the residents, but it will also help our economic outlook as a community. And it will also have potential benefits for our residents in quality of life benefits. What I'm most interested in is waiting for the comprehensive plan to come back, as well as some of the other plans that are out there so that we as council, when we're making decisions, we're making informed decisions and keeping in mind business growth.
So what role does the city council play in facilitating local business survival, growth, as well as the development of new businesses in Sherwood?
So I've heard it stated, actually I wrote the statement down, that local government is the engine of economic development in our communities. And I believe that that is truth. One of the ways that council can be involved is, first, we need to know the strengths and weaknesses of our community. So we need to get in and really understand what's going on in our community. We need to understand our place in the region. So how does Sherwood show up in the region, the Portland metro region? We need to understand what our community wants and needs are, as well as what the business and our community partners' needs and wants are. We also need to understand what the city staff skill sets are, and then take all that and put it together into a clear message of what the future is for business development in Sherwood.
To shift a little bit, how do you see the principles of diversity, equity, and inclusion applying to the city of Sherwood? And how can the city council work with the business community to ensure that the opportunities are available for all?
So diversity, equity, inclusion to some may be just a buzzword. To me, it's an extremely important concept and one that we as a city, quite frankly, hasn't done enough with. If we look at the library, they've done an amazing job with diversity, equity, inclusion. The school district has addressed the issue, and some businesses in our community have as well. I think Hungry Heroes is an example, Symposium is an example, Fat Milo is an example, and we can take what they have done and learn from that and make adaptations in our own policies and procedures. We as a council need to drive the diversity and equity conversation and help encourage our city staff to do the same and to put it as a forefront, put it as a priority for our community.
Thank you for answering those questions. We would like to now give you the time to discuss two topics that are important to you. We will go with 2 minutes per topic if we can.
Okay, so one topic that is important to me is the idea of public safety. In our community, we've had some divisiveness around whether or not to support the police department, whether or not to support Black Matters or Black Lives Matters. And I think it's not an either or conversation. I think it's a way that we can bring people together by having conversations about public safety, engaging our police officers and other public safety units within our community. Quite frankly, one of the reasons why Sherwood is such a wonderful place to live, and we're ranked in the top 10, I think, as the most safe place to live, is because of our police department and public safety. So I want to see us have further conversations and engage together as a community and talk about what's important in the arena of public safety and link that to equality as well. So I think it's a dual conversation. The other area that I find important is the idea of housing, and that is a tricky slope because you hear certain buzzwords thrown out there like affordable housing or attainable housing, and those words have different connotations to it. What I would like for us to consider as a community, what are we going to do for our elders when they are forced or have to move out of their large homes into smaller homes? We don't have a lot of diversification in our housing stock. So what are we going to do for them? Then I think of our kids or my grandkid. I have a grandchild now. And I think about what's it going to look like for them when they come of age and they want to buy a home. It's going to be difficult to find a place in Sherwood unless we diversify our housing stock. Look at middle housing. So that issue is another priority for me. Now I say both of those things, that we still need to have constant contact with our community members and look at the studies that are being conducted within the city, whether it be the comprehensive plan, Parks and Rec master plan, library master plan. There's tons of them out there. We need to do our due diligence as counselors and make sure that we're also representing the community's wants and needs with our own desires for the future.
Councilor Renee Brouse, running for re-election, Sherwood City Council. Thank you for joining us today.
Thanks for the opportunity, guys. I really appreciate it.
And thank you to all the viewers for taking the time to view this video. Good day.